ANZUS brought together experts from around Australia and the world. The 500 people who attended reported on not only academic breakthroughs, but also brought with them a financial boost for the region.
We estimate somewhere in the region of about between $500,000 and $600,000.
Accommodation, food and living expenses all add up. On top of that, the spin-offs in employment.
Signage that we have to get done. We hire audiovisual equipment, the caterers at the City Hall, the venue hire, car parking.
It's expected tourism gets a flow-on effect as well. The conference delegates, many of whom would have never come to Newcastle, take home a special memory of the town.
What if I come back and others come back next year to recreate? You come for an entirely different purpose. So I'd suggest to Newcastle stay on the map, put on more conferences, draw more people in.
But ANZUS was really only small fry in the conference circuit. In 2 weeks, the Registered Clubs Association conference comes to Newcastle, attracting more than 2,000 delegates, creating millions of dollars for the local economy. Peter Ryan, NBN News.
It was once home to hundreds of nurses who worked at Royal Newcastle Hospital. In more recent times, it's provided accommodation for university students and other young people. But a new era is about to start for Irene Hall, with the unveiling of a proposal by Sydney-based Toy Proprietary Limited. It bought the building for $1.3 million in April, and it plans on spending another $12 million refurbishing it into 81 apartments.
It's a 1960s model building, and that era of architecture was fairly bland, and I think that we can transform the building into something very pleasant.
Property consultant Alan Taylor believes it's an exciting proposal for the city.
This building, together with the Kingston Apartments, the Metro building, something will eventually be resolved with the Esplanade building. There's even some residual space in Zara Street for some extensions of residential accommodation. I think that all that together will help Newcastle.
The building, which has extensive views of the ocean and Newcastle Harbour, will have its main entrance in Hunter Street with underground car parking where the cafeteria now stands. The price tag for the units will start at $125,000, with the penthouse apartments expected to fetch around $500,000. Because the building already exists, the developers don't expect too many difficulties in getting the proposal approved by council. The development application should be lodged within 10 days, and all going according to plan, work will start early next year and be completed by the end of the year. Jodie McKay, NBN News.
Newcastle beat Brisbane and Gosford for the right to stage the Speedway Championships, which will boast Australia's best 16 riders.
That represents the 2 top riders from each state, and then there's the Motorcycling Australia will select the additional 4 riders to make up the field of 16.
The 2-day event is expected to attract more than 5,000 spectators to the showground and entertainment centre. This should translate into tens of thousands of dollars for the city. Meanwhile, more than $5,000 is up for grabs in tomorrow's final of the Invitation Classic Pairs at Windale Gateshead Bowling Club. Maryland's bowler Peter Rubin teamed with Queenslander Charlie Hayes to down the local combination of Noel Waite and Bob Kennedy 23-14 to win a place in the decider. They'll play Swansea's Rocket Thompson and Waratah's Simon Lack, who were too good in the other semi-final, downing Bob Bowell and John O'Connell. Richard O'Leary, NBN News.
Less than a week ago, the Cleary Street Theatre was engulfed by flames, devastating the hundreds of young people involved with the company. It's estimated it will cost about $1 million to rebuild on the site, but the theatre was only insured for about half of this amount. An impromptu performance brought an emotional reaction from the 300 people at the public meeting.
It's very heartwarming, and it's really lovely to see smiles on the faces of our members where Saturday there weren't any smiles at all.
Artistic Director Wendy Lees says there has been an overwhelming response from the public.
We are just amazed at the offers of help that we have had, all sorts of things from people offering to do Leamington drives to very big offers like the City Council offering us the Civic Theatre to do our performance.
The Minister assisting the Premier for Hunter Development, Richard Face, announced the government's grant of $10,000 to start an appeal.
A lot of people come out of the ranks of parents and have been supporters over the years and probably thought, well, I'll wait till somebody asks me. We're now asking them and they're coming forward, and hopefully the community will respond in like manner.
The company's latest production, Bugsy Malone, was due to open on Wednesday. The set was destroyed in the fire but will be rebuilt in time for a gala performance at the Civic Theatre on December 9. Amanda Bolger, NBN News.
Around 50 skydivers, some of them among the best in the world, gathered at Elderslie in the Hunter Valley this weekend for the state championships. The very Australian-named team, Ridgy Didge, recently returned from free-falling in the skies above Gap in France, where they finished fourth in the world titles, the best-performed amateur team.
It's been like a 4-year plan to get this far, and it's been a lot of hard work, but damn good fun though.
The fun included training at Lismore and the Hunter earlier this year, before completing 400 jumps in the United States to prepare for the Worlds. Both 4- and 8-person teams will take part in the Nationals in December, before considering another assault on the World Championships, which includes professional teams from America and Europe.
They are full-time, they couldn't accept any more money, and that's their job, is to be the best in the world. And, basically, if we had the sponsorship too, we could go and challenge for those first and second places at where our amateurs, so we take our fourth.
There's a fight on at the Morisset Peninsula over just who should pay for the connections to the sewer.
Essentially, we are paying for our neighbours.
Under the $300 million Hunter Sewerage project, properties are being connected, changing from the old pickup or septic service. But under the rules, houses that are older than February 1989 have no sewer access charge. People who have had plans in to build before that also get off free. But homeowners who have built after February 89 are slugged a $3,057 charge. The residents here say they just want a fair go. They want everyone that gets the sewer put on to pay the access charge, whatever the age of their home.
If everybody paid it, the cost would only be around $200, so we feel it's very discriminative.
Hunter Water says the charges come from the government guidelines when the scheme was set up 6 years ago, and that the $3,057 fee is subsidised anyway. A spokesperson could not comment on the fairness over who pays and who doesn't. Peter Ryan, NBN News.
Not a day has gone by in the last 2 years when Alan and Loretta Newstead have not wondered what happened to their 17-year-old daughter.
So I thought that by this time that we would have known something. I really did, but it's 2 years and we still don't know any more than when she left here the night she went out.
Alison left their Mount View Road house on Wednesday, October 6, 1993. Her body was found hidden under a piece of tin near Pelton on the outskirts of Cessnock a week later. The cause of her death was never determined. The Newsteads keep hoping someone will supply police with that vital piece of information.
Even small pieces, if people have got anything that they think might be helpful to the police, if they just come forward, they can... That small little piece maybe go to another piece and it all puts the jigsaw together.
An inquest into Alison's death is part heard and will resume next year once criminal matters against some witnesses are resolved. The Newsteads hope those who know what happened to Alison may be encouraged to come forward by the offer of a reward by the state government of up to $100,000.
And we won't rest till we sort of get some answers and find out who's been responsible.
Jodie McKay, NBN News.